Yo, it's official. Like a referee with a whistle. So like and share the video. Man, this shit was, I was having some technical difficulties a while ago, man. I don't know what the hell going on. This shit ain't working the way it should, but I don't know. Maybe I need to get some updates. Maybe I need to restart the computer, but I ain't doing it now. Oh, P.S. by the way, I did an interview with on this podcast with this nice young woman from she's from Canada. She's from Toronto. And she interviewed me last week. And it just dropped today. So I'm going to put the link in here. So go check that out. Really cool. Really cool, cool chick. Yeah. Go check that out. She's from Toronto, Canada. The name of her podcast is I think she calls it Charisma. I was on the Charisma podcast last week. The interview just dropped today, and it was a good interview. I had a good time. I can't front. You know, a lot of these I get asked to do interviews all the time, at least twice a month. Most of them I turn down. But on this one, I like her format. We basically just having a conversation on there. But the link is in the chat. And I also put the link in the community chat as well. So go check that out once I'm done here, you know. On the Charisma podcast. That's the name of it. You know, it was only 30 minutes, wasn't long at all, you know. And I posted some of the clips on my Instagram and Twitter. So, you know, I might be able to post some clips on my channel probably Friday or, you know, sometime end of the week. Yeah, so let's talk about why I'm not really impressed with non-white girls that speak slang and listen to rap music all day long. I'm not really impressed with that. And I don't think I ever talked about that before. You know, I'm not really, you know, you've seen these types of chicks online, offline. They be walking around, yo, 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 and keeping up with the latest and greatest rap stars. And I'm not really impressed with that type of chick. You know, not at all. Even the guys, you got some guys, a lot of white guys and a lot of white women, you know, and even some foreign women. I saw this when I went to Japan for the first time. You know, if you ever been to Japan, or if you know anything about Japan, Japan has a big hip hop scene there. It's really big. But a lot of times when people communicate, now it didn't happen all the time with me, but this happened a couple of times when girls would communicate Even some Japanese guys, when they would communicate, they started speaking slang and ebonics. They act like every black person speaks slang all day long. And that's kind of a stereotype. And I'm not really impressed. I've never been impressed with none of that shit. And a lot of those quote groupies and hip hop girls that you see walking around or you see online or whatever, they go to all the concerts. They like follow Chris Brown like it's a religion and all that shit. A lot of those girls are weed heads and drug addicts. A lot of them are. I've never taken any of those girls serious. They wear all the latest hip hop clothes. They try to, and some of them, like in Japan, they got their own style of dressing. If somebody's really into hip hop music or rap music like that. If you go to, because see, in Japan, it's like this. They have certain clubs that play strictly rap hip hop music 7 days a week. Yeah, there's clubs in Japan. Most of them are very small, but big or small, they have certain clubs specifically that play rap hip hop music 7 days a week. And they have their own style of dressing over there, which is kind of a combination of how I dress over here, or how we dress, I should say. If you're in the hip hop culture, it's kind of a combination of how we dress and how they dress. They put a spin on it. And I was never impressed with that either. Nah, and they'd be like, yo, what's up? What's up, dude? I'm like, we don't talk like that. Yo, what's up, dude? That's how the Japanese girls were talking like that. I'm like, hey, we don't talk like that. No. And when you come to in North America, you got the white dudes walking around. Yo, word to the mother. It's something about that just don't. That just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, man. I just never was feeling that type of. It's just something ain't right about that. Even at a young age, I was never impressed with any of that. No. And let me tell you what's worse. You have a lot of guys that I knew from back in the day. They would have girls around while they were doing their dirt. And these same yo girls would get them locked up. Yeah, these same girls would get them locked the fuck up. And I'm looking at them like, bro, you trust them girl? You trust that girl like that? She's like, oh man, nah, man, she cool, bro. She cool, bro. Shit, you crazy. Nah, man. And they get locked the fuck up. That yo girl is a snitch, informant on your ass. Nah, man. I've never trusted any of them girls, man. I'm sorry. Now you might be saying, Oh man, you making a blatant statement like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't the same, man. Well, why do they have to talk like that? I don't even talk like that. I don't speak slang like that. Why they can't just be who they are? What's wrong with that? Why can't everybody just be who they are? Why every time I'm doing something, why people have to jump on over here, come over here and see what I got going on, or see what we got going on all the time? Why people just can't stay in their own lane? What's wrong with that? I'm not looking at nobody else and seeing what they're doing, and I've never tried to talk like anybody. I never tried to talk like I never heard someone doing whatever they was doing, and all of a sudden I'm some vulture or parasite. I've never watched any. As a matter, now that I think about it, I never really wanted to do anything that anybody else is doing. Shit that I see other groups of people do, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to do that shit. Now I understand a lot of these people are not that. Most people are not that creative at all. You know, so I guess whenever we do something or create something, or I do something and create something, everyone wants to steal it. Not everybody, but a lot of people. They want to jack it, take it, and remix it and claim that it's theirs. Man, that happened all the time. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm going to give you a real life example. Check this out. You see this book, right? This book is on Amazon.com. This is my top selling book. I don't even know how many copies. I stopped counting at 10,000, right? And this came out, what, 2016? Yeah, 2016, right? When this book got published. 2 years later, some fool took the whole, stole a title and wrote a book of poem in this on this motherfucker. I'm not bullshit. You can go look it up, right? You go to Amazon right now. Now, when nobody had this book title, nobody had it, only me. I looked it up. Somebody used the same title, Love Can't Wait, and wrote a damn poem book. No shit. That's a real life example of every time we do some shit, there's always these other groups of people want to come around and be like, oh, okay, I'm a jacket, I'm stealing. You know, so that's just an example. You know, see, I've never seen anybody's book, anybody, anything, and say, hey, I'm gonna jack his idea, I'm gonna steal it. Because they ain't not doing anything I want to do. Because most people are not that creative. I understand this. You know, some people say, well, It's taking it as a form of flattery or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I'm not impressed. You know, you read something or you listen to some music and you start saying, yo, 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 what's up, yo? I don't trust that. That's that's something else there, man. I remember when I've been living long enough. I remember when a lot of white guys and even white women started, and all groups of people, well, it wasn't all groups. It was when it was the Latinos. I remember when the Latinos and white people started rapping back in the day. I remember when I was listening to hip hop music, people were embarrassed to say that they listened to it. It's in the 80s. In the 80s, if you listen to hip hop music, most people would not tell you because they would embarrass you, make you feel bad. You listen to that damn music. They didn't call it hip hop back then. I don't even think they call it hip hop. Not when I started listening to it. When I was listening to the Ghetto Boys and Houdini and who else? Run DMC and all them groups in the 80s, people didn't tell people that they listened to hip hop music back then. No, they would embarrass you. So that was like a secret up until Run DMC made it commercial. I think they did a song with Aerosmith. That's when rap music became commercial or mainstream, I should say. When they did a song with Aerosmith, that was in the 80s. You know, but before that, if you told somebody you was listening to hip hop music, man, they would embarrass you and try to make you feel bad. And you got to realize hip hop music came from the bottom, the lowest of lows. People that people didn't, for the most part, people didn't want to deal with those types of people. Those were the majority of the rappers back in the day. It came from the bottom. It came from nothing. They took something. It took what? It took something and made it out of nothing, basically. With just telling stories and how they were living and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But it was just all black people back then. There was nobody else. Until the late 80s. That's when the white guys started coming. There were no white women rapping back then. White women came in until the 90s. Like late 90s. If I'm not mistaken. And that's when I started seeing because there was this group came out called Third Base. What MC Search is still online. I think he's still in the music business. He was starting to think, they were talking like, yo, what's up, yo? They were the yo dudes. I'm like, and, I was just looking at them like, what? What the hell is this? And then, these people were going on tours, right? And then you started, there's always at least, they started having more and more parties. And I used to go to a lot of these parties. And these people used to go on tour. And I used to go to see them, right? This is in the 90s now. Now, I don't care what party you go to, regardless if they playing the majority rap music or hip hop music or not. There's always going to be at least one white woman in there. I'm telling you. Everywhere I've been, I've seen a white woman. I'm telling you. I've been at Japan, I've seen them. Everywhere I've been, I've seen a white woman. I can't say that about everybody else, but every place I've been, every club, even if it's a block party, it's gonna be at least one white woman there. Goddamn, I tell you that much. Yeah, that's how that is. That's how that is. And 9 times out of 10, she's speaking Ebonics and slang. It's like speaking some type of slang. Yo, 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 yo. I'm like, what? What the hell's going on, man? I started getting nervous. Cause you gotta in the white community or any community, especially in the 80s and 90s, man, they hated hip hop music. A lot of them people still hate rap music still to this day. They hate that shit. They hate rap music. As a matter of fact, the women, okay, when I started meeting different groups of women when I went in the military, even still to this day, the women that I know that say a Latin woman or Asian woman, whatever, white woman, if they're in the 40s, 50s, man, they hate rap music. They hate that shit. They hate it, bro. Now, they didn't really start liking rap music until Eminem came around. That's the truth. Of course, you had white rappers that came before Eminem, but they didn't get the traction like Eminem did, though. When Eminem came out with Dr. Dre on that album, well, I think that was the first album. Boy, they promoted the hell out of that shit. And that's when a lot of white guys and white women started liking rap music. When Eminem came out, that's when white people started buying that shit like crazy. And then you had a lot more white women, yo, 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 yo. And I'm like, what? I don't trust that shit. I started getting nervous. See, I have this thing about me that I don't know if I ever told you. When I don't follow trends. If everybody's going right, I go left. If majority of people are going left, I go right. I don't follow the latest trends. Because I know that's just some bullshit game that some narrative that everybody want to see things go. I know what time it is. And it doesn't matter where I'm at either. I don't care if I'm overseas or here in America. I don't follow trends. I know that's a bullshit game that somebody's trying to push. I know better. You know, I know better. So, I just been around. And see, I've been around long enough to see things change. Like you didn't, things didn't always be, things haven't been always how things are today, music wise, it hasn't always been that way. Mm-mm. You know, not at all. Things have changed drastically. Especially with music. Most of the rappers that you see today, they're not even American. They foreigners. They foreigners. Most of the heck, I'll take it a step further. Most of the people you see on the radio, they ain't foreigners. They're not from here. And they're doing the same thing with movies too. They bringing in the foreigners. And they'll get the foreigner to play the role that I should be playing because I'm from here. I think it was a movie that came out recently where they had to teach the guy. The guy was from some African country. I don't remember. I think Ghana or someplace. I think someplace in the UK, someplace like that. So on the movie set, they had to teach the dude how to speak and say things in a way that we would say it. They had to teach him because he ain't from here. He don't know our swag, our charm, and our charisma. He don't know. So they pay extra money just to teach this fool that's from the UK somewhere. So they would rather pay extra money than to get a black American that's born and raised here. So what usually happens with a lot of these people, if they don't have our style, charm, and charisma, what they usually pull from is stereotypes. They lean on stereotypes. They start saying shit like they get shit from the 80s movies. You better watch out, sucker. That type of bullshit. They're like, hey, sucker. We don't talk like that. Hey, watch out, fool. We don't talk like that, man. We don't talk like that, bro. That's 80s lingo. And even in the 80s, they weren't really talking like that. That's during the cocaine era. And you have people that they still talk like that. They haven't upgraded their lingo after all these years. Men and women do this from these other groups, and I've never been impressed with any of that. Yeah. If a girl walks up to me and start talking slang, and she's from Japan or China or Colombia or any other country, I'm instantly turned off. I'm like, just talk where are you from. This is why I always ask people where they're from. Because, you know, that's going to tell me a lot. And in a very short time, you know. So that's how I get down. Now you might say, hey man, I don't got a problem with it. You know. And that's okay if you don't have a problem with it. You might say, hey, I don't care how they talk. That's fine. You know. But people can talk the way they want to talk, but just don't come around me with all that bullshit. That's all I'm telling you. That's how I roll. That's how I get down. But that's pretty much all I got to say. You know, my internet's a little janky over here, man. I don't know. Maybe someone wants it to be janky. But it's when that but things aren't working how normally they would over here. And plus, I've been doing videos on my cell phone lately, and I realize that I get more of a reach versus being on my computer. So maybe I will continue to do more videos on my cell phone versus my computer, being that I get more of a reach. So with that being said, don't forget to check out my Patreon. I just uploaded a new episode over there 2 days ago. And don't forget to check out the interview I did with the nice young lady on the Charisma podcast. I did. It's pretty dope. I put it up in the show notes. She got it on Spotify and iTunes or anywhere where you listen to podcasts, basically. But yeah, go check out the interview. It's like 30 minutes. It's not long. This shit was dope. I haven't done an interview since last year. So hers was the first I did. Just dropped today. Go check it out. And till next time, I'm out. All right. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of